Alright, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. This is your brother Awar making a video to feed the sheep and edify the lambs. Shalom to the Akim wa Akwatim that are going to be watching this video. Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Rakathon. Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Right, I did a video on this not too long ago, and I've been seeing a lot more people start talking about it, like especially in the news or on Facebook or just social media. So I was looking through some of the different news videos and all that. Finally, one had the comment section up. People just people, I swear, people just cursing out Isa, but all this shows you, all this is doing is bearing witness against the works of this man, of the so-called white man. Anything you discover about him is either death, murder, or a lie. That's all he brings is death, murder, and destruction, and lies and deceit. That's all he brings everywhere he goes. Right? And this is who our people this is who they're looking for salvation, for liberty. You want him to free you. You want him to treat you with respect. If no man's gonna treat you with respect, if he hasn't done it for the past half a millennium, he ain't gonna do it now. Right? Now you got his children who learn who get taught about him. This is why they want to take out a lot of history from their schools. They call it dark discovery, because their children they learn about this and they're just like, yo, our forefathers were messed up. Like, what the fuck? Because they grow up in, because I've gone to a public school. You grow up around Elon and all these different nations in one school. Especially over here, it's usually Elam and Moab you're gonna find in these schools. Esau in Northern Kingdom go to the Catholic schools. Jacob be in the Catholic schools too, of course, or Southern Kingdom, but they all wicked as hell in their same ways. There ain't nothing new under the sun. But like, imagine you being an Edomite, you're just learning about the history of your forefathers, and all your history is, oh yeah, war, death, rape, rob, murder, the more war. Oh yeah, we tried to kill the Vietnamese and in the war of Vietnam. We failed. And you're just there, like, you're gonna feel condemned, you're gonna feel ashamed, right? But this is why you got all these people coming around, of these different nations coming around, like, yo, y'all need to do something about this. Like, you see them joining the Black Lives Matter protests, and they on social media saying, calling for trying to support these causes, because their spirit is struck at the ungodliness of their forefathers. Let me get this. Ecclesiasticus 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. Now everyone's talking shit about you so-called white people because of the history that your forefathers have done. You want to sit there, and they always go and say, oh, it wasn't us, it was our fathers. Well, of course, deeply, when you go deeply into the scriptures, you find out that you are your forefathers, but the main thing is that it's still your people. Your people have done it, right? People. The main thing is let me get that. Is calling for they want Nor Discoveries and Gad, and you're probably already gonna have some Southern Kingdom talking about, yo, they ain't the Israelites. Those are Asians. Them Latinos are Spaniards. Nigga, prove to me you ain't a Hamite, you filthy African. Right? First of all, you don't even know if you're a Hamite or not, but you got an Edomite's last name on you. How do you know you don't have a white forefather? Huh? So examine yourself first before you start pointing fingers. This one says First Nations leaders call for federal government to examine residential school sites. Now, what are they gonna do? It's either they're gonna, I don't know if they still have, I don't think they still have residential schools up. I'm not sure. I don't think they still have these schools. They probably still up, but I don't think like these Gadites go there to learn or anything anymore. Because even then, it would still most likely be run by Edomites or other natives. Oh, and this is what they always do. You ask a so-called white person, what should be your punishment or the rectification for slavery? They always say, oh, we should just be educated, and so we don't repeat the same thing again. But that's not fair. That's not fair to the people who had to go through those things, and they get and the perpetrators get away scot-free. Meanwhile, you guys get the benefits of what your forefathers done, and the people have to, and the people who are the victims got to suffer the doubt, the negative effects, the cons of the things that you've done. Right? There's no what's the point of bringing of knowledge to them? You've been bringing knowledge to them. They've been teaching everybody the wickedness that they've done. The more they teach the wickedness that they've done, or the more that they find out, people start to scowl at them even more and look down on them even more. Y'all looking for this man for justice, and you looking at him like he's a hero on the earth. He's Iron Man. He's Captain America. Right? Y'all running, leaving your countries to be under him, under his rulership. It's where is it? 4:17. Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Just like Southern Kingdom goes out marching, and the so-called Latinos, the natives doing the same thing, waiting for this man to save them, and he's not going to save you. That's not his job. His job was to destroy you and keep you destroyed. And one thing I like about this comment section is, look at what the people are saying, right? This comment I liked: Christianity is the most ridiculous, the most evil, the most absurd and bloody religion that has ever infected the world. And who's the one who propagated this? The so-called white man, you Edomites. Christian missionaries and their cruel nuns always killing innocent indigenous children. Right? And all people see is just how evil these people could be. Right? You see this article, it says the gruesome discovery took decades, and for some survivors of the Kamloops Indian residential schools in Canada, the confirmation that children as young as 3, these Edomites were killing children as young as 3. Where you would think to spare a Edomite child, a white child that you see, that you hate, they wouldn't spare yours. They see that little baby, they look at it like it has no life in it. You don't need to be seeking justice from this man. The Most High is going to give you your justice. Yeah, examine the schools and dig up the bones so the families can find out what happened to their children and things like that, or their ancestors. But the Most High has a judgment for this man. Was it 34 to 33? Sheesh. Oh, see, that's through the spirit. Because Isaiah 34 does go into Basra and Idumea's destruction, but I'm looking for something specific. See, look at this. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Right? A new discovery of them they were spoiling, and you were not spoiled. You were killing people as innocent that couldn't fight back against you as 3 years old. Where these residential schools were supposed to be for them to re-educate these natives into Christianity, they were killing them instead and mistreating them and abusing them. So look, even the blue letter will tell you this is the judgment of the Most High. See, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. Right? This is speaking about you so-called white people. That's why you read in Revelation 13:10, he who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. The Most High he's been saying what goes around comes around. Right? When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. See, now you're done spoiling. Well, you still going around on the other side of the earth spoiling. You done spoiling on the east, on the west coast, the west side of this world. Right? Because you got your organizations, your industries all established. You still spoiling people on the other side of the world, taking their resources and all that, of course. Right? But you're in the state where your people get to go to school and they get to get good jobs and just live a comfy life out here, smiling, skipping up the street, and driving through the ghettos and the residential areas of the poor people that they rob. This is the point where you cease to spoil. When Most High says, when you stop spoiling, thou shalt be spoiled. That's why the judgment is coming, where the Most High, he's raising us up to condemn you before he judges you, because we're going to spoil you. And the other nations are going to spoil you. The 10 horns are going to spoil you. The carpenters are going to spoil you. And Israel's going to spoil you. Right? When thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. That's why these white people are like, why they like to say two wrongs don't make a right. The two in the eyes of the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they do make a right. And you guys our people get this ideology off of the white man. Of course he doesn't want you to spoil him. Of course he doesn't want you to be angry with him. He's got everything he's ever dreamed of, that he raped, robbed, and murdered for. He's good now. Why would he want y'all to be angry with him now? That's why he's speaking to you the smooth words, man. These white people come up with the smooth words to try and what's it called? Destroy your heart. It says a gift destroyeth the heart. Right? They try and their words. They use their words to try and keep you docile. But what does the scripture say? War is in their heart. The same white people who go around shooting blacks and Latinos are Christians. They go to church on Sunday. They pray to the Most High. Don't get it twisted. Look at their actions, not their words. Even the scriptures doesn't even. The scriptures, the laws and the scriptures that they be preaching, even in the New Testament, they say everybody's your neighbor. They don't treat you like their neighbor. You walk in their neighborhood and they're trying to get you out. They be Christians though, but their actions are different than their words that they try and tell you to do. Right? Psalm 50 and 20. Wait. Isn't it 55? Butter. I'm gonna just type in butter. There it is. Psalms 50. Yeah, it was 55. Psalms 55 and 21. Oh wow, y'all probably seen it and I just went right past it. The 55 and 21, the words of his mouth. Okay, let me start 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. These people are at peace with him, and he's still rape, robbing, and murdering you, Negroes, Latinos, and natives. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. And we just need to be educated. We just need to move on. Oh, you're my neighbor. I love you. I don't see color. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right? It's time for y'all to come back to your own understanding. Stop leaning on the understanding of this demon, this devil who does nothing but lie to you. Proverbs 5 and 15. Drink waters out of thine own cisterns, and running waters out of thine own well. Don't look for him for any justification in anything anymore. At least if you ain't gonna turn back to being an Israelite, turn back to your roots, to the idolatrous ways that you learn from being in the Americas so long. The practices of your native forefathers. When they turn to idolatry, at least do that much. I wouldn't even say do that much, for it sounds like I'm telling people to be idolatrous. But we know all our people ain't gonna get it. right? Psalms 33 on Isaiah 30 and 1. No. Is it 33 and 1? 33 and 4. The liberal shall no more be called liberal. Okay, it's 32. Okay, it's 32. Start at verse 4. Alright. This is speaking about us getting our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding back. Right, but this is Isaiah 32 and 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Right? That's Esau is a vile person who is looked at as liberal. Right? But any little thing you discover on this man, you just see more bloodshed and murder on innocent people. Any bit of discovery now in these last days is just, oh my gosh, damn, what Mr. White Man, why you gonna kill these? That's how everyone is looking at this guy. Like, yo, this guy just can't stop killing. Right? For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. To practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Most High. It's June. It's June. You know what month? You know what's going on right now? You already know what's going on right now in June. Well, they got their pride going on right now. They call it pride. That's them speaking. That's them practicing hypocrisy. They speak Christianity, but they practice everything against Christianity, right? At least the laws of the Most High, and to utter arrogance the Most High. That's why you got your Pride Month, Mr. White Man. But you not white, you red. To make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Right? Hell, he makes soul of the hungry. He ain't out here making they spend more money on their military than on trying to get their homeless off the streets, or making homeless shelters, or to make programs to help the poor in their country. How long have the Native Indians been asking for better water, and Ferguson they've been asking for better running water? This is not talking about no Arabs, man. For y'all saying that Esau is the Arab, this is talking about the goddamn white man, the Edomite. The instruments also of the troll are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Even when the needy speaketh right. If you speak up right, they'll try and do anything on the media to condemn you. Look at the UN saying, seeks full probe into death of indigenous students at residential schools. But where's the judgment? Somebody has to pay for the deaths of these poor children. What is looking up the family, the children's remains going to do for the children that actually died? So let's get the judgment. Let's get the judgment scriptures. I didn't want to make this too long, man. This is crazy. It's Isaiah 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And the Most High, so that's why these Christians love Paul, because there's judgment. There's a lot of judgment in what they call the Old Testament that they want to ignore. They want to say that's why you want to say it's done away with, because it condemns you the most, especially at this point in time. Numbers 33, 35, right? Or it's 35, 33. Numbers 35, 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this is how the Most High is getting ready to cleanse this place. With full fire, everything's going to be cleansed. Out here. He said, there shall not a son of man dwell in it no more. You get that Isaiah 34. We can close on that. Right, Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Most High Yahweh is upon all nations. See, we going in on Esau here because it's time to condemn Esau, but all you nations really getting condemned too, because we can bring out can bring out stuff on you too. But the chief judgment is coming to Esau in this time. The Most High is really about to discover his sins, and all your heathen are gonna suffer the judgment along with him. Just that he is gonna be exterminated for all his crimes, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Now he's speaking past tense, meaning he already did it. It's gonna come to pass. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And this is another cut to show you that this ain't talking about the third heaven where the Most High dwells. Right? This is heavens on earth. But heaven is Babylon right now for these nations, and Esau chiefly. But he's saying it's gonna be dissolved. Right? That's 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, with the fervent heat, the elements will dissolve. And all the hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? Verse 8. Sheesh. I mean, we could read this whole thing. You read this whole chapter, right? Damn. But look at this. Why is the Most High doing it? Verse 8. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Because no one else is going to redeem you guys. No one else is going to give you the righteous judgment that you deserve. But the Most High will do it. The Japanese, they got their what do they call it? Reparations. The Jewish man, he got his reparations. The Chinese, they start getting hit in the streets just a little bit, and they already getting reparations. But you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians getting no reparations from this man. All you get is residential schools where they kill you in anyways, and ghettos where they hunt you in anyways. Right? Let me read this to the point, and then I'll close. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Yahushai, right? Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. We just read it in Isaiah 34. The year of vengeance, the Most High's vengeance for us. And I looked, Yahushua looked, and there was none to help. Right? The Chinese ain't helping the Japanese. No nation's helping you natives, you Latinos and Negroes. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my spirit upheld me. And I will tread them down. I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I'll bring down their strength to the earth. Right? You read 1 Thessalonians 2 and 13. Some people might ask, I brought this out earlier, some people might ask, why y'all keep going in on Esau? We're being the mouth of the Lord to condemn him and show his judgments. We're snitching on him to the Most High, pretty much, to sum it up. Right? We're telling on him. We're bringing out his crimes. one by one, pleading and begging the Most High to destroy him for the evil that he's done. The Most High's seen it, but he's having us do it in his face. Alright? So we gotta keep calling out Esau. Hell, we believe we seen an angel at camp one time, down in Young and Dundas, and he said keep going hard on Esau. Right? He said keep going hard on Esau. So you know what? When we gonna keep going hard on Esau out here until the Most High judge this man. Right? Whether the Most High brings some pestilence. You see what's happening in Australia right now, all those, the mouse, the plague. I'll do a video on that after. There was one precept that I wanted to get, but now it's gone. I talk too much. But anyways, yeah, man. Oh, there it is, it came back to me. Psalm 110. See, this is the last one, I promise. This is Psalm 110 and 1. The Most High Yahweh said unto my Lord, right, in Yahweh Shai, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Most High shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. So the Lord is preparing the way for Yahweh Shai, for that day, for him for him to come and destroy the armies of the earth. Right? Look at this. Hell, I'm going to read the whole thing. Verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast to do of thy youth. The Most High hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Most High at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way, therefore shall he lift up the head. The scriptures does not talk about when the Most High comes back, everyone's going to be holding hands. Every time you read about the Most High making it's coming, bare people are going to be dying. Right? So I don't know what these Christians are talking about. But anyways, I'm going to end on that and say, Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Hope you're all edified. Shalom.